don't know if you pay attention to what's happened in Portland or in Seattle, in these places where they just keep releasing violent felons. Like there was a documentary in Seattle that was done a few years ago, and they found like had 72 violent felonies. 72. And they just keep getting let out into the system. And at what point do we say that someone is not responsible enough to be in the general public?
No, that's a wonderful thing to think about, right? Like at what point is truly the end all be all for this?
Yeah.
I don't know that I have the answer for that. I think it necessarily comes down to how much you've violated someone else's property and their bodily and induced bodily harm or something along those lines. And then whether or not that person who's been wrong feel if they're alive, right? Assuming it's not a murder case or something like that. If they're alive, assuming they've been wronged, what they feel like is also a remedy to the situation.
Well, a lot of times, you're seeing someone who's raped a woman getting released 6 years later or 10 years later, and then they do it again. Then they hurt another one, right? Or murderers that do get let out and then they do it again. Or car thieves, they get let out and they do it again, right? So it's it's an interesting conversation to have, and I'm not saying I know the answer either, but at some point the conversation needs to be had and there needs to be a line drawn in the sand. Like how many people are we going to allow these violent individuals to hurt,
No, sure, 100%. I agree.